So I've been told, at least it's been brought to my attention, that I don't usually have an intro for these things. And this week will be no different. This is the DegenWrestling Podcast. My name is Nathan. He is Ben. It is Sunday night. My knees are killing me.
My shoulder's killing me.
It really is. You should probably see somebody about that.
Probably.
I mean, did you pop it out, dislocate it?
Oh, I have no freaking clue.
Okay, so Ben has been doing a little bit of indie wrestling lately.
I wish.
Well, I mean, I have to kind of make your injury seem relevant to the podcast now. So I was going to say, you've been doing some indie wrestling.
What have you been doing? Kicking out your knees?
Pretty well, actually.
I mean, I could do that. If you'd like to see me kick out Nathan's knees, message us on TikTok or comment on TikTok.
Please don't. You know he'll do it. All right, it is time for our icebreaker on that note. Number one, get my last will and testament in order. While I do that, Ben, WWE 2K24 has been teasing their reveal like they normally do around this time. And one of the big thing is, who do they think is going to be on the cover of WWE 2K24? So I'm going to ask you, who do you think is going to be on the cover? Okay, other than the obvious pick that everything seems to be pointing to right now.
Okay. If we're going to go with other than the obvious, I think it's going to be a multi-man cover with Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and probably someone like Sami Zayn.
Okay, I'm liking this cover. I want this cover now. See, I think what there should be, because WWE 2K is also teasing a 40 years of WrestleMania. Okay, have Cody Rhodes be the base cover. Okay? And then have one of the editions be a Mr. WrestleMania edition.
You would like
that features Shawn Michaels on the cover, preferably either the 1996 one with him holding the title up after he just beat Brett.
So I think the other option that's not as like Cody Rhodes for sure is Bray Wyatt.
I would believe that if the showcase didn't look to be 40 years of wrestling.
Yeah.
I think the showcase for Bray, I think the Bray cover and stuff like that would be next year if I were doing it at all.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know about the fact that they're seemingly teasing WrestleMania 40, which gets me to this point. We've seen a lot of hints to a 40 years of WrestleMania mode.
Yeah.
Are there any matches, WrestleMania matches, that you want to see in this mode? Either that were in WWE 2K14's 30 or just off the cuff.
Yeah, I want to see every Shawn Michaels match in this mode.
Okay, I'm liking this so far. Now we're not going to get it, unfortunately.
No.
Because one of them is a really, really nice triple threat involving a really, really nice person who we can't mention if we ever want to get monetized.
But they've done cover-ups like that in the past by throwing some random in.
That was a cover-up of a referee, though.
But that I am fine if they do that.
Oh, God.
Because that triple threat match.
That triple threat match was really good.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you're going to do 40 years of WrestleMania, if you're going to do Shawn, all of Shawn's.
You're going to say you want a what-if match and have Shawn beat Taker.
Okay, yeah, I would like that. I don't know why I wasn't in the 30 years of WrestleMania mode, but yeah. Actually, you want to know something? WWE All-Stars did What If?
Yeah.
Shawn beat Taker, and I cheated so that I could get that match and that match exclusively, so I could unlock Shawn in the mode permanently.
Yeah.
Because they had a save bug where if you entered in a cheat code, it would be there for that one session, but anything you did with that cheat code in that specific mode would save, and that was the only way to unlock Shawn. It was the best way you could have thought of to unlock Shawn by having him beat the crap out of The Undertaker. But if they're not going to do that, which they should, and you need all of Shawn's matches, you somehow need to get Chris Jericho and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to say no to, but it seems like it would be one of those things that WWE would kind of want to shy away from.
It would be very difficult too.
Yeah. Let alone the WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be, if they do like a 40 years of WrestleMania match, they're going to pick like one match out of that WrestleMania, maybe two, if that.
It depends. I could see 2 out of WrestleMania 3. Savage, Steamboat, and Hogan Andre.
Yeah.
I could see if Adam Copeland is in the game, somehow they finagled Edge in before he left.
Yeah.
I could see Edge Foley at 22 and Sean McMahon at 22.
Yeah.
21, you have to do Taker Orton and you have to do HBK Angle. You just do. 23, I could see Cena Shawn. I could see Battle of the Billionaires, which is unfortunate. And I could see Taker Batista. I could see any of that. I don't know what you include from 24. If you don't have Flair and if you don't have Edge.
Yeah.
I don't know what you include from 24.
What about this isn't about 24, but a match, AJ Styles versus Undertaker.
Oh, the Boneyard?
That would be
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. The Boneyard would be good. WrestleMania 30. I know you're not going to do this. Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, probably.
I wish, but no, it won't. You're likely going to get Lesnar Taker, which is unfortunate, but you got no other choice. That's the only big match you can have for WrestleMania 30 with no Daniel Bryan.
The big one. Miz Cena.
Which one?
The one where Miz won.
Oh, 27. Which you might do. I could see that one because The Rock, because The Rock is there as special enforcer. I could see that one. I don't want Triple H Taker 27. Oh God, that's gonna be so bad.
Yeah, and they do it twice.
And they did it twice once, so we know they're capable of doing it again.
Yeah.
My big worry is how many matches are going to be in this thing. And speaking of which, there are some pretty bad WrestleManias, dude.
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to make sure that those are taken care of?
Yeah.
I mean, WrestleMania 2000 comes to mind. How are you going to swing that one? 17, you've got, I think, 3 really good contenders. 17 is also a really good WrestleMania.
Yeah.
18 was a bad WrestleMania, but you're fine. You've got Rock Hogan.
I very much believe that they're going to skip a couple Manias, though.
If it's a 40 years of Mania mode.
So there will be matches, and then there will be, probably, the flip book cut scene type thing.
I could see
rolling through the years, I think.
I don't think they're going to do that, but if you're wrong, hey.
Yeah.
They can cut WrestleMania 9 for all I care, WrestleMania 11. Yeah, that. But that being said, on top of that, I want the Heist of the Century.
Oh, Heist of the Century would have to be in there.
You have to, from 31.
I'm trying to think of, lesser known matches that happen at Mania, not, all the big ones that, stand out. That should be in because they are.
What are you going to take from 32?
What was 32 again?
Because I don't see 32 was Taker Shane.
Yeah, I don't want that. That's something they put in though.
Triple H Roman, which is something they might put in, but that match was terrible. Same with Taker Roman WrestleMania 33. I do not want that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've legitimately no idea, but hey, when we know a little more, I'm going to tell you this much. We will definitely come back to this. But now on to some sadder news. Seth Rollins suffers a torn MCL. How does this affect Mania? We don't necessarily know for sure. If it's a grade 1 tear, he could be back in anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Mania is not in jeopardy. If it's worse, he could be gone for months.
Yeah.
And
he needs surgery, basically.
And even we'll find out more tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Obviously. But if he has to go away for a while, if he does have to vacate his championship, number one, why the hell doesn't Roman have to?
Yeah.
But number two, if you were the Judgment Day, would you cash?
I think so.
Like if you're the WWE officials, would you cash and then have a pointless 2-month reign because Punk is going to have to come after that title?
It's hard to really say. But, I mean, he's injured. He really couldn't fight back if he...
Yeah.
I mean, he could try to fight back if he really wanted to. But
it would be good from a Judgment Day perspective, and it would get rid of all those fake cash-ins. But is there enough there?
And what else are they going to do with the briefcase at that point? Like, are they going to... Or the title, are they going to do like a tournament for Elimination Chamber where McIntyre wins, so it's McIntyre Punk?
Could be.
Or what?
Because here's the thing. I think McIntyre Punk would be the better match.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Yeah.
But if they do a tournament at Elimination Chamber or leading up to Elimination Chamber, even if Punk wins the Rumble, why the hell wouldn't he be in the tournament?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. But
I honestly, I wouldn't put him in the tournament if he wins the Rumble because he has the shot already.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense if he's already got the shot at Mania to not put him in the tournament.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm not going to go to somebody and be like, hey, you have this here. Or, like, hey, you have this day off here. Do you also want to compete to have it off anyways? Even though you already have it off?
See, the other thing too is you could use him winning that tournament, which he'd have to.
Yeah.
And tease the Rumble shot being used on Roman's title, which it always could be.
I don't think it needs that. So the Punk storyline going for the title is already set in motion. It's all on Raw.
Yeah.
I think Cody needs the Rumble win to have the reason to go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because there's no other reason for Cody to compete in a SmackDown match.
Yep.
If he doesn't win that Rumble.
It's a pretty big if.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of any of the speculation that's been going on about, who's going to win the Rumble now. It's all thrown up in the air. Here's the thing. If Cody Rhodes does not win the Rumble and Mania now, you squandered your best chance to have it. This is probably the only chance to have it.
Yeah.
That fans will remotely accept.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because you've got huge moments changing up the guards on the 10s. Yeah. Almost always. They almost always end the same way, whether you be Bryan Danielson, Chris Benoit, I believe Bret Hart was the other one that did it. There's always something big that happens on the 10s. And if you're going to look at, who is the next guy, if it's not Cody Rhodes, then who is it and why haven't you found him?
Exactly.
That being said, on to some better news.
Yeah.
Butch is Pete Dunne.
Butch is Pete Dunne again.
Butch is Pete Dunne. Your live reaction to it, man.
My live reaction was about damn time.
Yes. Okay, so Butch is one of the worst Vince McMahon creations in a long time. A very long time.
Did you hear? I'm pretty sure you did, because I think
you told me.
about what they were, or Vince McMahon originally wanted to do with Butch.
Very little, if any, wrestling. All the beatdowns.
He wanted him to attack people and never have an actual wrestling match.
Woo!
Just attack people.
Great idea.
Terrible idea.
Why the hell would you keep him on your show?
Yeah, a wrestler that never wrestles.
Yep. Why would you keep it on any show? Like for the record, if a wrestler doesn't wrestle on a show, what is his purpose in being there? And just hear me out on this, especially if that wrestler would ever hold a championship.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, show up to at least defend it or get into the ring at some point in time, why even bother having him there?
I agree.
The Miz thinks he got snubbed by not getting the WWE 2K24 cover. Is he right?
No.
See, I can see where he's coming from this year, actually. But
I think he deserves to be on a cover again.
Yeah.
Because he was on a cover before.
2011.
It was a multi-person cover.
Doesn't matter.
But he was on a cover. But I think there's just other people that are more suited for it this year.
I don't know.
As much as I like the Miz.
I'm just going to say it. I'd be more than happy to see a Miz 2K25 cover if he continues this trajectory.
Oh, yeah.
To see this Miz. He needs that recognition. But
I would love to see him back in the world title picture.
Absolutely. He deserves it. He needs to. That's something I thought I'd never say back in 2011, 2012, 2013. But he absolutely does.
Yeah.
Next up, Deonna Purazzo reacts to leaving Impact for AEW. She said, quote, I knew my contract was coming up with Impact, and I felt like it was time to leave. If it was time to leave, it would be now. If this was the territories, now would be the time to leave. And Britt Baker actually connected me with Tony Khan. We got to talking. I knew the first Dynamite of the new year was going to be in Jersey. That's where I'm from. So I was like, that would be a dream scenario. Dream come true if we could do that, and it all worked out. So here's the thing. Deonna Purazzo has done everything there is to do in Impact.
Yeah.
Is going to AEW the right move for her? And does it leave as big of a gaping hole in Impact as I think it does?
So I think going to AEW is the right move for her because of how she has a bit of negative feelings towards WWE and everything, which
totally understandable.
But yeah, it leaves a big hole in Impact. Outside of Deonna Purazzo, who do they have now? Because
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. They have Jordan Grace.
They have Jordan Grace and no, Trinity's leaving soon too.
She's left.
So they've got Jordan Grace, Tasha Steelz.
But yeah.
Anybody big, the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
And that's terrible for Impact.
So they've got to rebuild. They've gotten quite a few good big names coming in, going out, whatever, right now, but they're all men.
Yes, they are. And when you look at Impact, if you look at Impact in its most beloved years as TNA Impact, it was the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Objectively. Why? Because of, I'd argue, three things. The X Division is one. And then unique homegrown Impact talents like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, all that. And especially the thing that even the most Impact critical pundits would say, the best women's division in the business.
Yeah. But now that women's division that got them so much goodwill, so much notoriety, is in shambles. And it's been in shambles for a little while. We just haven't wanted to admit it. Yeah.
It's terrible. If I'm Scott D'Amore, one of the first things I'm going to do is go to the indies, and even look at your AAA. You've got a relationship now with AAA, New Japan. Look at all those avenues. Bring in women and train your own thing.
With that is a lot of those women are going to AEW/ROH.
Yep.
Or WWE/NXT because those are the places to be.
So he's got to look. He's got to find the people.
Like, outside of, say, like, Josh Alexander, within the past how many years, how many of their talent can you say is homegrown? That's actually reached.
That's actually reached a point of like relevancy.
Relevancy with names being known. Like
I've got 2, possibly 3, because he technically was, but you can argue that. So Trey Miguel.
I don't know that name.
Trey Miguel. Eric Young.
Okay, yeah. I know Eric
Young. Eric Young, and the reason I say Eric Young is debatable is he made his stuff an Impact, but was he relevant before his WWE run?
Ish, I think. I somewhat knew who he was, but not really.
EC3.
Yeah.
The thing is, Impact is a great place to develop. It always has been. TNA. Other than Alexander, really.
Yeah.
And the reason why Alexander is relevant to us is because, number one, I'm a huge Josh Alexander mark. I openly admit that. But number 2...
To the point that I make fun of him when he doesn't sign him as a creative wrestler in the...
In my gym, he's one of, like, 3 Impact guys that I have on our 2K23 roster. And he will be the only Impact guy in 2K24. And I don't sign him because his mic skill is really, really bad by default, and he roasts the shit on me.
Or the time where I'm like, hey, Josh Alexander is a 4, and you don't sign him.
Yeah. He didn't fit in my roster, dude.
We changed it so they were all specialists. He fit on your roster.
Yeah, but no. But number 2, Josh Alexander does a lot of stuff up in Canada in his free time to promote himself, and he's always been that way. If you are particularly in Ontario, Canada, and you are a wrestling fan beyond just a WWE guy, you know who Josh Alexander is. It's the bare minimum. Outside of Canada, is he that relevant? I don't know.
He had a match with Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Outside of,
I'd say in Japan, he is.
United States?
United States, at least with a fair bit of people who actually pay attention.
Oh.
Yeah. People know who Josh Alexander is.
Yeah. So, but yeah, outside of him, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. I don't know who was made during the Scott D'Amore tenure who is a guy is judged as worth his weight in gold.
Yeah.
Sure, you've got the Motor City Machine Guns from Impact's heyday.
But didn't they also make their name in ROH?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it was mostly Impact for those guys in its heyday in the 2008 to 2010. In the last, 5-6 years, other than Alexander, they are either people like, say, a Deonna Purazzo, who worked for them and left.
Yeah.
There's tons of examples like that with
Impact. Or they're just former names
from
WWE.
Or they're former names from WWE. That's not how you build a company.
No.
But I'll save my Impact rants for another day.
Perfect.
R-Truth's birthday message. I don't know what to say other than I mean they've changed the CG for it too, but is R-Truth the new captain, the new leader of the Judgment Day? Because really he's been doing a lot of the spokesmanning, the HR.
I don't think as of right now
he deals with finances
because a lot of them are having issues. Once he gets Tom and Nick Mysterio together back in the Judgment Day, I think they might vote him to be the leader.
Well, let's look at this objectively, okay? Just objectively. So he's got Priest's vote, obviously. Priest is the one who cares
and
about.
He's starting to win the other ones over, but I think still he has a bit of ways to go.
But he's got Priest's vote. He's got Tom's vote. Nick doesn't even show up, so obviously
he doesn't even know Nick yet.
Yeah. So, and I mean, Rhea would probably be running against him, so obviously you can take her vote her for herself because nepotism.
And JD's just not in the Judgment Day.
Well, I wasn't even gonna say who the hell's JD?
The guy that R-Truth keeps telling isn't in Judgment Day, but he keeps walking out with them.
Okay, so the fanboy.
Yeah.
So we take the fanboy and think about put him in like official Judgment Day business here. I don't know. I think, I'm with you. Nick Mysterio is the swing vote here.
Yeah.
Because Tom obviously likes, R-Truth. Damian Priest would vote R-Truth. R-Truth just wouldn't vote because, he respects the thing of democracy here.
He'd probably just forget to show up, actually.
Rhea Ripley, because, nepotism, would vote for herself.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, at this point, I think would still vote for Rhea. So we're deadlocked 2-2. We need a Nick Mysterio to come in.
Yeah.
And cast the deciding vote. Tom, get Nick on the phone and see what we can do about that. Tony Khan is apparently bringing back AEW's ranking system.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it works. I think they need to basically wipe the rankings every couple months or so for it to work properly. Otherwise, you're going to see this guy who has probably 11 wins, no losses at the top of the card, challenge for the title, lose, and still be at the top of the card.
Yeah.
I think once they lose,
there's got to be more refinement to the ranking system.
Once they lose, again, they should be wiped and have to start over.
Yeah. Any ranking system, really.
Yeah.
There needs to be some refinement too. Because I could see your point, any ranking system, they should be wiped. What if it's a dusty finish? And it is well known it's a dusty finish. Yeah.
There is complete difference with a dusty finish. You just know it's okay, no, this guy deserves another shot.
Yeah. But
it's completely different.
Again, what are the intricacies in a ranking system like that? Because to do what you're saying, he would still rack up 11 wins, have a shot at the title, lose. He'd be at 11-1 and still be at the top of the card.
Yeah.
So what justifies a dusty finish from a clean finish?
That is completely up to the person who's running the ranking system at that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. From speculative to sad, Cora Jade.
Yeah.
ACL tear.
Yeah, so she just got back from injury, I want to say not even a month ago.
It was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And now this. She's out for another 7 to 9 months, possibly a full year.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like she does need surgery.
The good news is she's still young.
Yeah.
She's still very young. She can recover from this, but it's gotta be absolutely.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. I was hoping to see her in the Royal Rumble this year.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
She's one of the better up-and-comers in NXT right now.
It's her, Roxanne, Lyra Valkyria, I really like.
Yeah.
Blair Davenport, I really like.
And Stratton's making her way up there, too. She's been pretty good.
She's been okay.
She's been put in a lot of work from where she first was.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't put her in the Perez, Cora tier. I wouldn't do that.
No. Character-wise,
she's fine. Yeah. But
as you know, in WWE, whole package doesn't matter. Yeah. You just need 2 out of 3 things. You either need to have the look, the talk, or you need to have the talk, the wrestling capability, or the look, the wrestling capability. You do not need all 3 things to be top tier to succeed in WWE because they can make other things work around you.
I'd argue you do in the women's division if you want to get any time without being lost in the shuffle. That you would need all 3. That being said, people like Bianca Belair only have 1 of 3. She's got the look. It's a great look. But
I disagree.
I
find it annoying.
I think she needs time down in NXT. But that's another story for another day. It's time for Match of the Week.
Match of the Week.
Now, we actually, for the first time in a while, had differing opinions on match of the week.
We did/didn't.
Yeah,
really? But yeah,
because like there are two matches that are right up there.
Yeah. There was one from Raw.
Yep, and one from
Dynamite. And I'm the one that told you about the one from Dynamite.
Yep, and then I watched the one from Dynamite in its entirety. And it was good. And then Samoa Joe decided to be Samoa Joe, and Hook got thrown around like a battering ram. Yeah. And it was one of the few times where I could call Taz's commentary a saving grace during this match.
Yeah.
Because you could feel just the pain of seeing Taz watch his son take these bumps. It was a first time ever match. You didn't expect what you got out of Hook Joe.
I mean, but I kind of did.
I don't know. You want more of it.
I do still want more.
You want more of it. You absolutely do.
Yeah, well, and then an actual match instead of just him squashing somebody.
Yeah, it was a
I've
good.
Been looking forward to this for so long.
Yeah, it was a good 13, 14, 15-minute match. It was really good.
But
yeah,
I think the match we chose overall just. Story-wise,
it's better. It is way better.
And just how well the crowd is getting behind this team. They're actually giving them time to build.
Well, the thing is, in-ring, it's comparable.
Yeah.
In-ring, it's comparable. Story-wise, it's way better. I think this is more a case of us seeing two teams that we like, that is responding well to the crowd, that are going to be in the fold for a little while. This is a taste of what we're going to get, and we really like the taste.
And those teams are DIY and Judgment Day. Well, Dominic and JD.
Yeah, one half of Judgment Day and JD.
Yeah.
So basically, here's the thing. Have you ever just watched a match and have it just work?
Yeah.
On all levels, from like the in-ring work of particularly Ciampa and Gargano, to JD, and the character work of Dom Mysterio. It is a great match.
There's like one spot in a bunch of DIY matches that I don't think I will ever get sick of, because they don't do it all the time. They pick the right time to do it. And that's when they do the like double dive out, and then they sit on the apron together, look at each other, and just clap. They choose the timing for that so well, and they put it in like the perfect part of the match, and it gives the crowd a chance to like clap along with them and get behind them.
And you know that there's no road agent that can put that in.
No,
because you can't do it all the time. You just have to feel it, and that's Ciampa and Gargano are on another level when it comes to that.
The only other time I've seen people like just sit in a match and it be like, "Oh yeah, this is gold," was Elimination Chamber last year
with Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, it was real.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so our match of the week this week definitely goes to Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough.
Yep.
Which is a surprise.
It absolutely is a surprise, given how good Hook Joe was, and given how good SmackDown's card could have been.
Yeah.
And that's another story for another day.
Yeah, I was all for putting LA Knight, AJ Styles until the ending.
Yeah. And then they went up and ruined it.
Yeah. And then I was almost all for putting Orton Solo Sikoa until the ending.
And then they ruined it.
So, maybe let people finish a match.
Well, that's the other thing. Do you think we got too many dusty finishes in wrestling? Because
recently, yeah.
Like, when you think about a dusty finish, at least a good one, it's one of the only ones to happen on the card.
I think the issue is whenever the bloodline's involved, it's going to be a dusty finish.
Yeah.
So you need to get rid of Judgment Day. Or not Judgment Day.
No.
You need to keep Judgment Day, especially with R-Truth. You need to get rid of the bloodline.
Yeah. So basically, the thing is, I don't want to say it. I'm getting tired of the Judgment Day Dusty finish too with the false cash-ins.
Yeah, that's rather annoying.
Because the thing is, psychology, man.
Yeah.
Where is the psych these days?
Well, my biggest issue is why is he trying to cash in during the middle of a match?
It would make sense.
There's only one time that's made sense.
Ironically, it was Rollins who did it.
Yeah.
When everybody's down.
Yeah.
Come in, get the title, come out. That was the plan. You could see the plan. And it was already, like, Brock and Roman at that point had wrestled for, 20 minutes?
20, 25, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so it makes total sense.
Yeah.
The problem that I see, anyway, is if you get too much into the Dusty finish and you put off the crowd for too long, again, it goes back to WWE not being able to close properly.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
And where is going to be that point where either we as a fan base are going to say enough is enough, or WWE is going to get it right? When is the point going to be? We can sit here and say, get rid of the bloodline all we want.
Yeah.
But even then, who's to say a new supergroup won't form that does the same thing?
Yeah, that's another issue.
And you can see supergroups forming all the time. Look at Lashley and the Primetime Players. Look at the LWO. Look at Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah.
Use Dusty finishes because they are great to extend a story, but know when to end that story.
Absolutely.
With that being said, I think we've done everything we need to. Do you have anything you want to say to people?
I do not.
Okay. That being said, next week is the return of Predictomania.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's been
2 months.
Almost 2 months.
We actually have to explain this to the people. So Ben and I bet on pay-per-views the only way we know how.
Fried chicken.
So the person who gets more predictions correct gets fried chicken, free of charge from the other guy.
I think the better way to say it is the Nathan who gets the least predictions.
Hey!
Chicken.
Whoa, now! That's not how it works.
That's how it usually works.
No, it doesn't. We usually tie.
But when we don't tie, usually it's me that wins.
What about when
you did win that once?
Yeah. I won the one.
It's me.
I won the one time that I was trying to lose. No, and you know as well as I do, I was trying to lose that one.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, you know what? This makes no sense. He is not having a good week. I'm gonna try to help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso beat Judgment Day. Makes no. Wait, what? Yeah, no, I'm gonna have the LWO beat. Who the heck was it?
I don't remember.
Because Carlito's gonna come back. It's gonna be great. Doesn't matter if it makes total sense for them to. Oh, Primetime Players.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. So you weren't being serious. Like, God bless the Dark Horses. No. But yeah. So whenever we do fried chicken, and when one of us wins, which sometimes is bad and sometimes is me, usually at about a 50-50 clip, at least it was this past year.
Yeah.
You will see on TikTok, because we like to
rub it in each other's faces.
Absolutely.
One of us does a better job at it, though.
That's me.
It really isn't.
That is.
No, because it gets to you more than it gets to me.
Oh, I've got plans for that.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, listening to us, and we hope to see you again sometime next week when we feel like doing this.
Yeah, next week will probably just be the covering the pay-per-view.
It's probably going to be Royal Rumble recap.
Yeah.
Triple R. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week.
See you.
Where's the